Okay, so today we are going to work on our core, and this is a very comprehensive floor exercise routine. So we're going to start in sitting, work to our side, and then go on to our bellies, okay? Today I do want you to think about a little bit more of awareness of your low back and your neck, because a lot of times people overstrain in those areas when they do floor work, and it can be something that can cause injury. You also want to just be aware of that because it could give you an idea of how to change your form to be even more effective with your result with doing the exercise. All right, so again, we're just gonna kind of warm up a little bit, and I'm gonna turn to my side because again, as a physical therapist, we teach people an exercise called a pelvic tilt. And what this is causing you to do, if you have your legs straight, we're just gonna relax the shoulders, and you're going to kind of exaggerate the curve in your back, and then you're gonna relax the curve in your back. So you're going from this rounded, horrible posture position, yes, you can do this for a second, to exaggerating how much you can bring your posture upright. Just like if I was pulling you with strings up from your shoulders, and we're gonna just do that a couple of times. So this warms up your back. It actually gives you awareness for posture over the course of your day. So we call this a posterior tilt. We call this an anterior tilt. Now, if you are tight in your hamstrings, you're gonna find that it's very difficult in order to come into that anterior tilt position. So if you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay, but that is a cue to you that you actually need to spend a little bit of time stretching out your hamstrings, because tight hamstrings could be causing you to have some back pain or hip issues, okay? So we won't get into that today. Okay, so now that we warm that up a little bit, that awareness helps you for better results through this series of exercises. So now I'm gonna face you, bend your knees up a little bit. You're gonna have your feet about hip width apart, rock back a little bit, and then go into that exaggerated posterior tilt position. You're gonna hold this, and we're gonna just go ahead and row the arms. So in plyo class, I love this one. I seem to do this all the time. You're gonna actually pretend you're rowing a boat. So the elbow comes behind the rib cage. Your goal is to try to touch your elbow to the floor or towards that floor. Visually follow your arm, come back to center, and then go to the other side, okay? So we're gonna do this a few times. So each side, left to right, would be one. So that's two. Down and up, down and up. Three, down and up, down. That's four. Okay, so as you are going through this series, you should feel like you are twisting and wringing your abs out, similar to what we've done earlier. You also want to think about if you're starting to get pain in your lower back, you can actually come up a little bit, okay? So I believe this is 8 and up, 9 and up, 10 and up. Now, if you need to take a break, we're gonna pulse for 3 times on the right. So 1, 2, 3, come all the way up to sitting, and then 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2. So you're trying to go a little farther into that range as you pulse the elbow down. So that's 2. We're going to 5. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2. Really try to get that floor. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, up, down, 2. Feel your abs working. Your hips are going to be working a little bit too here. You're going to feel it in the front part of the hips. Those are your hip flexors. This is the last one. And up, okay? Now bring your arms way up overhead. Exhale down, pull through your toes, touch your ankles, whatever feels good. High 10, high 5, whatever you like. Relax the shoulders, and again, roll them out a couple of times just so you're aware. Okay, so now we're gonna go down to our sides. Now you can, if you want, come up onto the elbow, keep one leg down. I'm gonna slide back a little bit more so you can see. I've got one leg bent, my legs are parallel, and I'm in line. Shoulders, hips to knees. You don't wanna have the knees forward for this exercise. You wanna have them slightly back. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna kind of come up, and you're gonna lift your hip up and down. And we're gonna do a couple of these just to feel your shoulder and elbow are in line. Good. So you're going to get comfortable with this position. If you are ready, now we're going to extend that top leg So the instep of your foot is now touching the ground, okay? So now you have a little bit more work done on the bottom leg. Good. Breathe through it. Now again, you can progress one more if you feel ready, and you're actually gonna have both legs and you are stacked. And we're gonna go down, up. Now imagine your rib cage is getting closer to your hip. This is 3, really come all the way up. Use force here. 4 and 5 and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax down. Try not to collapse. You should feel this through your shoulders, through your hips, through your sides. We're gonna do the other side and you're gonna start at that progression. Now remember, you don't have your hips forward. You're not gonna get as better results with that. You wanna have them back, so you go from your elbow to hip to knee. Now just get comfortable, warm that area up. You should feel it right here. Remember, there is a steel rod from your shoulder to your elbow. If you don't do that, you're gonna get more strain in your shoulder. You wanna stay in this plane, almost like you were squeezed between 2 panes of glass in order to hold this position. Now stay here. This is still super effective. I just wanna make sure you guys see me. You're gonna extend that leg and now you're gonna go down and up. This makes it a little bit harder. This is the next progression. You're still squeezed between 2 panes of glass. Don't rotate the hips down. If you are more advanced, you certainly can bring the arm up. Take a nice deep breath, breathe through it. Now, if you're ready again, extend and stack the legs. You could have heel to toe or stack them on top. And now we're gonna finish with 5. 1, oh, that's a good one. 2, 3, 4, and 5 and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and relax down. Now, just to give you some variation, if you wanted to go up into this position, I've done this in plyo before, we call thread the needle. So you bring your hand to your opposite hip and then come up. And that is a great exercise to progress to. You could certainly reach out to me, ask me more for progression. I'm always happy to work with clients one-on-one. It's a great thing for you to learn how you appropriately progress, not to hurt yourself, but to challenge your body as you grow through your fitness journey. All right, now you can't get out of an exercise challenge without some push-ups, okay? Remember, there's lots of different levels of a push-up. So we're gonna go through the progression again. Everybody can do push-ups on their knees. Remember, you wanna have your hands a little wider than shoulder width apart. Plyo, we work more on the triceps where elbows would be kind of scraping the rib cage. Fingertips are pointing forward. We are going to be doing traditional push-ups to work our shoulders, our chest, and our arms. So you're gonna come forward, have your arms about hip width apart. Legs, knees are bent, bring the hips forward, okay? Nice deep breath. We're gonna flare the elbows out, chest stays up, neck is in alignment, and you're dropping your chest towards the floor. All right, so go down to where you have a nice controlled depth, and we're only doing 5. Down, 2, up, 2. You're building heat in there. That's 3, down, 2, up, 2, 4. We got 1 more. Now, just come back. We call this child pose. Just for a second, relax the shoulders. No matter what level you are, you should always feel that the exercise is still giving you activity. It may not be the most challenging for you, but it's still beneficial. It's good to start here. If you want to do a second set like that, that's great. So the next one, if you're between the two, you can't do push-ups on your toes. One leg is back, you can see my toe there. The other knee is bent and you're doing the same thing. It's a little bit more of a progression, loads the arms more. Let's do 5. So down, 2, up, 2. That's 1, down, 2. Keep those cues going. You're pushing your body weight away from the floor. We got 2 more. We got 1 more, down, 2, up, 2. Okay, come back to that child's pose. Sit back onto your heels, reach your arms forward and prep yourself for the final set. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 more. Think about your cues. Your belly is tight to your spine. You don't have an arch to your back. The butt's not up in the air. If you are doing any of those things, you always go to the easier position, okay? Let's finish this challenge out with 5 push-ups. If you can do them on your toes, go ahead and do that. If you're able to just keep them shallow at the top, that's what you want to do. If you are not ready, stick with the other 2, and that's fantastic. All right, so we're gonna come up onto our toes, elbows flare out, and we're doing single counts. All right, ready? We're going down 1, down 2, down 3. 2 more. You are so strong. You can do this. 1 more. Now hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Any level of fitness is fantastic. Put in the time, and I promise you, you'll always feel good after you do a workout. All right, I'll see you in the next video.